Hi students, in today's class we are going to see about HR challenges at international level and issues in HRM. And in previous classes we have learned about introduction to international HRM at international perspective and distinction between domestic and international HRM. If anyone missed the previous classes, the links will be provided in the description box. Now let's see what are the challenges at international level. HR challenges at international level. When we are sending or starting a company in the foreign country, what will be the challenges for HR in at international level? Let's see. And the first challenge is management of cultural diversity. Why the management of cultural diversity will be the challenge for HR at international level means there are different cultures in the world. There is a cultural differences. These cultural differences necessitate the introduction of country specific HR management practices. So the HR must be aware of different cultures and the culture in the particular country because the culture influences the behavior of the people. So here cultural diversity, management of cultural diversity will be the challenge for HR in order why because here culture influences the behavior of the people. So HR must be aware of different cultures in the world, and he must be aware of the culture in the particular country where the company is existed. And the second challenge is management of complexity of workforce. When the companies employ people from both the host and home country, it may create some difficulty in HR practices and compensation fixation. Why? Because of compensation rules and the laws will be, and the working hours will be different from country to country, and the working style is also different from country to country. As the compensation is fixed based on the locality and as per the law of particular country. Here compensation is also fixed on the based on the law of what a particular country is following. So HR managers may find it hard to balance the interests of the local communities and the demands of the parent company employees. Here HR feels hard to balance the interests of the local communities and the parent company employees and the demands of the parent company employees also. And the third one is management of communication channels. Here, communication will be one of the challenges of HR at international level because the HR managers may have problems in conducting face-to-face communications at field levels as part of the management of employees at global level. Here, why the communication will be the challenge means when we are sending an expatriate to the foreign country means when we are sending him to the foreign country, we must train him, we must make him learn the language at the particular country, or we have to arrange a translator there for his assistance. And in the same way, when we are not aware of that particular language, we can't conduct a face-to-face communication at the field level with the foreign employees. So here communication channel will be the hardship for the HR at international level. And the fourth one is management of divergent economic systems. There are different economic systems in different countries. So different economic systems necessitate different HR practices. The HR managers in global concerns should take labor cost, working hours, number of holidays, employer and employee rights, etc. into consideration as the country's specific economic environment and system determine the HR policies and practices. Here, where the company is situated in a particular country, that country's economic environment and system determine the HR policies, and in the same way based on the labor costs, employee rights, number of holidays, working hours, etc. to be also considered according to that particular country. So here management of divergent economic systems will be the main challenge for HR. Next one is management of legal and industrial relations issue. Management of legal and industrial relations issue. When we are starting a company in the foreign, that means we have to follow the rules and regulations what that particular country is having, and in the same way we have to, why, because the legal and the laws will be different from one country to another country. So when we are starting our company in the foreign, we have to be aware of the particular rules and regulations and particular laws. We have to operate the company in that particular area by following the particular laws. So this may be the challenge for HR at international level. These are the challenges at international level. Now let's see the issues in IHRM. Before 1986, the most written material on IHRM focused on managing international assignments. As up to 1986, the HR written is the written material on international HR mainly focused on international assignments. So up to now, many current books also have written about it, is written from a domestic point of view. Now let's see some of the issues in IHRM. First one is managing international assignments. Here, managing international assignments is one of the main issue in IHRM. Why? Because expatriate management as the major concern for HR managers in multinational corporations, and many articles refers to expatriate management as the major concern for HR managers in MNCs in order to selecting, training, compensating and repatriating of expatriates, and do discussions on the causes, costs and frequency of expatriate failures. Here, when we are having an international assignment, the HR must be aware of which person we are sending to a foreign, and that for that particular person we have to train, we have to compensate and repatriate. And for the first step, we have to select the particular expatriate who wanted to be in the foreign assignment. So managing international assignment will be some hardship for the will be the hard for the HR. And the second one is employee and family adjustments. People's adjustment to expatriate assignments can be extremely challenging regardless of the country. Here, the people adjustment will be the challenging regardless of the country. Let's see an example. An American family on assignment in Indonesia went to a restaurant with a pet dog. The restaurant manager politely greeted them at the door, took the dog, and 30 minutes later, much to the family's horror, served it to them. That means here, based on the family's horror, the restaurant has to be served the pet dog what they brought with them to them because of the family's horror. And let's see the another example, that in America, a Chinese family bought a can of what they believed because of the picture on the label to be fried chicken. They were surprised and disappointed to open it and learn the can contained only the shortening used for cooking fried chicken. That means here there will be different cultures in different countries. So the family must be adaptable for the particular country's culture and to be adjustable. So employee and family adjustment will be one of the issue in IHRM. The third one is selecting the right person for a foreign assignment. Though this is a critical, and the third one is selecting the right person for a foreign assignment. This is critical for success. Expatriates must be personally adaptable and the families capable of adjusting to new and unusual challenges. When we are selecting an expatriate for the foreign assignment. There, the expatriate must be personally adaptable for the new and unusual challenges, and in the same way he must adjust, and his family must adjust to the new culture and learn a new language. And the next one is culture communication. Culture. International HR professionals are expected to understand the implications of cultural differences between countries and their interplay with different corporate cultures. International HR, that means we have to be aware. That means we have to be aware of different cultures in the world and different cultures in the world, and we have to interplay with different corporate cultures also. And the last one is language and communication. These are also important in IHRM. Expatriate managers must learn the foreign language or rely on interpreters to communicate with the local workforce. Here, the expatriate must learn the language, or he wanted to depend on interpreters in order to communicate with the local workforce, because there the local workforce will know their mother tongue only. So when we are going for the foreign, we have to be aware of the particular language, or we have to depend on the interpreters. Here, parent company officials may struggle to communicate with local managers in foreign subsidiaries, because human resource professionals are often expected to foster international communication. They must understand that effective communication involves more than just speaking the same language. To communicate effectively, individuals must share the deeper meanings that are often tied to cultural norms and traditions. Of course, if you talk in the particular language what the local area is following, that doesn't mean the communication, what we are communicating with the local managers. But the thing what we have to convey must be conveyed. Here communication depends. Means how effectively we are communicating to the foreign people. These are the issues in IHRM. Thank you. And if anyone missed the previous classes, the links will be provided in the description box. Thank you.